So I don't know where this video is going to go, but this is where I'm going to start. I'm in a time where I have a hard time finding meaning in what I do. Like there are things that I want to do and then I can't find reasons to start them. Like things seem kind of meaningless and I have a hard time getting myself to do anything really. And that feeling extends to how I feel about my YouTube channel at the moment. Usually I just push through waiting for the motivation to come back. And if the motivation doesn't come back, I think motivation doesn't exist at all and only discipline exists. So I just push through. I've been doing that on my free time for the past 6 years, but I feel like this pushing through strategy has been milked too many times, like it has given enough fruits and now the land is dry. And at the same time, I'm not ready to give up yet. There are still videos I really want to make and I feel like I'm scattered between too many things. So when I'm in front of something I really want to do, weirdly, I can't really find reasons to find them. They all seem kind of pointless. So if I want to find enough meaning to continue, I think I have to go back to the reasons I created this channel in the first place. So honestly, one of the first reasons I wanted to create this channel was to build a platform to share my music when I have some ready. And the second reason was to get better at producing music, because if I have a regular appointment to deliver videos, I will have to regularly produce music, so that's practice. Then soon I realized that was also a great opportunity to talk about music production as much as I wanted, and for the sanity of my real-life friends, I guess that was better if I did that to camera. And then these objectives kept on evolving as the channel evolved. So most importantly, I started doing tutorials and I wanted them to be quite technical, to be as useful as possible. I think useful is the key word here. And I also wanted these tutorials to be completely free, to be easily accessible. So that was meaningful to me. Making those tutorials also kind of forced me into a discipline where I would research and verify every subject. So I learned a lot in that process and I loved it. So these tutorials kind of ended up being kind of my notebooks to write everything I would learn. Then after a couple of years, I had a friend who kind of dared me to contact a company I would like to work with. So I took the challenge and long story short, that ended up being a big turning point for me. So I got in touch with nice brands, with nice people, and I started doing reviews of synth and plugins. And that was cool for a lot of reasons. But I think it gave me the feeling that I could have a part in a music industry, whatever that would be. So building relationships with brands I would like and trust became a goal as well. Doing this for a couple of years, the channel grew naturally. So growing the channel became a goal as well. Doing all those things were super cool and I had opportunities to do things I really liked. And I thought that if I wanted to keep this rhythm and do ever better things, I needed to find kind of a sustainable way of doing this. So last September, I decided I would try to professionalize the project. So that means to make money. And I tried to see if I could do sponsored content. And that actually worked. That worked better than expected. So sponsorship became the last goal. So now I have 9 goals and maybe that is part of the problem. Like why it's hard to find what it takes to do all the doing. That's a lot of different things to pursue at once and too much thing at once can be crippling, I guess. Especially when I kept delaying the videos I wanted to do for a long time to do partnership opportunities instead. So I need to find a balance in all that. And I think I need to sort these objectives and prioritize them. So that was share, practice, something useful, accessible, learning, bond, I guess, growing, and money. Like the first one, building a platform to share my music, maybe it's less relevant today. In fact, all of the music I do now is for my videos as musical challenges and audio examples. Aside of that, I don't produce finished music much. And I think that comes in contradiction with the second goal, to get better through practice. And if I had to choose, I would prioritize practicing, because if I practice more often, I would have finished tracks more often organically. I see another contradiction between trying to make money and trying to make as much free content as I can. I've been told several times that the 2 main series of tutorials I did could be easily paid courses, or that I should sell them, but I want these to remain free. It makes more sense to me to have that available to anyone for people to help them make better music or learn how to make some. And I want to continue to make free content as well. And I guess that would make it more useful as well, as it would more easily find people who can find it useful. And also, those last 3 let's face it, or at least partially vanity things. I mean, I had very little bad experiences with brands. Most of the people are really nice and they are brands that I genuinely like working with. But the feeling of being part of the industry is kind of an ego thing, as well as the number of subscribers or the money you make. These are metrics to measure your success. So useful, but I don't know if that's in that I will find the most meaning. And learning, that has to be one of my favorite things. I love to geek out on how things work and dig deeper, so that definitely drives me. Alright, so looking at this, it seems like I'm drawn toward making something useful for you and everyone to make better music, while learning and improving myself and make that easily accessible. And I feel like I kind of failed that because I have a list of videos I want to make and some ideas have been there for a long time. I kept focusing on new projects that kept popping up and that kind of drove me away from that list. And it's a shame because some videos on that list have been requested by you several times. So I feel like I failed you too. And there is frustration here because there are some videos that I really want to make, and I believe that the more I'm passionate about a subject, the better I will be, and the better the content will be. So I think that's what I need to do. And I actually want to try something with you if you don't mind. I'd like to focus on the videos I want to make the most, yeah. And I want to give you something to control in what order I would do this, with a voting system. Like, I will pull out 3 videos from my box of ideas, and you can vote for the one you want to see first. So right now, I can select videos like a music theory tutorial on 11th chord. That would be similar to what I did with 9th chord, listing all types of 11th chord, how to name them and how to use them in harmony, on which degree and in which context. There would be a sound design tutorial on how to use distortion. That would be the follow-up video to the one about wave shapers from my sound design theory series. But in the follow-up, I would like to show real practice examples to show how you can actually use those distortions. I've been kind of obsessed with that lately. And finally, I can dig analysis video. I'd like to analyze the use of polyrhythms and polymeters in the music of the band Tool, which is one of my favorite bands. So this one can be seen as the follow-up to my video about polyrhythms also, with, again, real-life examples. So you can vote here and now in the comments for the video you want to see, and I will also make posts on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok to collect votes as well. To give you the time to vote, I will do a story video first. That's a real story that happened around 2007 in the music industry, and I feel like it's being forgotten somehow. I don't know exactly how much time it's gonna take, but once it's out, the vote will be over and I will start to work on the video you chose, and a new vote will open so you can choose the video that will come after that. Rinse and repeat. So that's something I would like to try. I would love to have you on board with me with that. So vote, tell me in the comments which video you'd like to see, or if you don't like any of those ideas either, or if you don't like the direction I'm heading now. I'm doing it mostly for my mental health, to do things in a way that feels right. So see how it goes. Last few things I wanted to say before wrapping this up. There are quite a few, but it's going to be quick. I'm okay. Just in case anyone was worried, I'm doing fine. I will probably do less sponsored and partnership videos, but that don't mean I will fully stop doing them. The best scenario would be to implement them seamlessly and naturally into videos I already wanted to make. I like making full review videos also, so maybe there would be less of that as well, but I'll still do some. I'll just might be a little bit more picky. I may take some time to repair my website as well. Right now it's working, but there are a few things that need to be redone so I can maintain that more easily. There's also a music I need to work on for a friend that I delayed way too much, and I feel pretty guilty about that, so I'll take time to do that as well. I'm also finishing the PDF version of my music theory course, which is the transcript of the videos, as you can find them on my website, but in a PDF format. It will be shared on my Patreon, just like the PDF of the sound design course, which is already on there. Talking about the Patreon, I still need to share things on it. Quite honestly, I'm not always sure what to share on my Patreon, because most of what I do is free, so it's a way to allow you to tip me if you want to support the channel, though I still want to give back, so most of what I share there are all the things I made while preparing my videos. There would be cheat sheets, samples I recorded, instruments I made, or Ableton projects of songs I make here. But everything is shared as is, and there is no tier, so there is no level in the Patreons. So as soon as you're a Patreon, you have access to everything. And if you are already a Patreon, thanks a lot for the support, really. And I'll do my best to share the things I need to upload as fast as possible. So all in all, conclusion, a bit of a slowdown for now, but I'm not leaving soon. I will keep doing my best to keep making content that is useful to you, to learn or refine your music production skills, so we can all learn together at the same time. Whoa! So here are the videos you can vote for again. Pick the one you want to see and tell me in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching if you're still here. And that was not the kind of video I'm used to. This real talk and update video. Maybe I'll do more, maybe I'll do not. I don't know if I should really, and I'm not even sure about this one. But yeah, thanks a lot. Take care, and see you.